Okay, thank you everyone for coming for this event today, the PD Trial Program Strategic Planning Presentation. Siapa mau present duluan?
Mungkin aku Kak. But I and Valencia have the same PPT presentation, so
Okay.
maybe Valencia first and me after that.
Okay, let's go see that then.
Okay,
Please
I
go
will
ahead.
I will share screen first. Yeah.
Yep.
It is yeah, okay.
Okay, let me start. Yeah. Okay. Hello everyone from PD chapters, Kak Bayu, Kak Fidi, and Kak Chris, and also Stefan from my fellows intern candidates. And so yeah, me and Kevin going to present what we already got this past 3 days for the trial projects. Next. So we're going to talk about the milestone 47, all contents about it, and also milestone 48 and classing. Next. So yeah, we got these two projects from Kak Bayu. Kak Bayu already addressed to us about milestone 47 and also milestone 48. And this is our strategy and problem and also our solution for it. Next. So this is the general information about milestone 47. This is a request from marketing about property details form on partner onboarding steps. Next. So from our me and Kevin observation, from the several meets we got, the current condition is the milestone 47 late than the specified deadline, because some people have to catch up on the learning curve to work on milestone 47. And next, from the Scrum meeting that I have attended, which is bigger sync up, that conducted twice a week at Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m. Also, who is handling the project? We see that Kak Bayu as the product owner or product manager, Kak Chris as the back-end engineers and also helping with the front end, Rafael as the front end engineer intern, and Amelia as the UI UX designer intern. Next. So from our observation, we got this three main problem of milestone 47, which are the first one is past deadlines and the learning curve. The second one is hard to manage the daily updates. And the third one is the task is not managed properly. Next. Yeah, me and Kevin come up with this strategic solution for milestone 47. We want to create a new board in Trello. Why? Because we want to increase the productivity of the learning curve and more visibility for product owner and developers to manage the milestone 47. And also we want to conduct a daily Scrum meeting, which is the daily stand-up meet for 15 minutes each. And we're going to ask about what they already done, what to do next, the focus on the day, and the blockers, and to find the solution of the blockers. Next. And this is the action that we're going to take is the first one for the software, which is Trello. The product owner will create new board in Trello and invite the contributors such as developer and UI UX designer. And we're going to conduct a Scrum meeting. Inside the Scrum meeting, we're going to negotiate the deadlines and make documentation from the Meet to Trello and make sure the daily updates is written on there. Next. And this is the sneak peek of the Trello that we are going to make. So in this Trello is focusing on milestone 47. It has like several cards such as on hold, sprint backlog is that all the to-do lists or the task in progress that a developer what the developer is doing, and the sprint complete that this backlog that already done. Next. And next is sprint review. So this section is actually for every Scrum meeting. So we focus on the cards on the sprint review one, and testing if needed for sorry, for example, if the feature need to be tested by QA, and the last one is done with the task that already done. Next. And yeah, this is for the daily updates. For example, the front end need the learning curve. So for example, Rafael can put the activity like what he already learned, maybe from YouTube or other modules. And next, yeah, this is the key results for milestone 47. So the first one is for meetings. We are gonna conduct 3 meetings to discuss the new deadline with milestone 47 development team. And for the deadline, we're going to set a new deadline for each to-do list that has not been completed and does not have a deadline yet. And the last one for Trello, we're going to moving all of the to-do lists into the final Trello board. Yep, next. And yeah, I think that's all from milestone 47. And next, Kevin going to present the milestone 48.
Can you help me share screen for the share screen?
Okay, wait.
Okay, and hello, Kanadia, who just arrived with us. Okay, so I will talk about milestone 48 that I was discussed with Valencia before. For the milestone 48, we can see in the picture in the Trello card, I and Valencia must prioritize what the feature, what we must do next. Next, Valencia. Okay, now from our observation for the finance feature, like in this morning we set a conduct meeting with Kak David, and he say about focusing on direct buyers, a new notification on bigger section for finance team every time SNR updates to the payment. More detail is the better for Kak David. And 16% of the property is direct book. So it's the problem when it's a direct book, the finance team cannot track finance book. Cannot track a direct book from in the finance. So the second thing, SNR feature is have same problem with the direct booking. Want to break down the communication to 5 channel, 5 agent server instead WhatsApp only. With this feature, it will be easier for the HR team to track each direct booking, and 16% of booking are via direct booking. And for the PG feature, I and Valencia conduct meeting with Canada, and Canada tell me about enhancement on the banner at bigger to include App Store link. And from the data, from 170 property owner, 50% are Android and 50% are iOS user. So from the 100 property owner, 6 until 70 have already downloaded the app. I think next, Valencia. So what's the problem? The problem is we or I and Valencia must priority of the feature for the next milestone that we will do. Supporting document for the feature and project requirement documents for the milestone 48. Next. So of course we have 3 feature that requested by 3 team. So I have the comparison for the code level. For the code level, PD feature is the easiest one. It's only level 1. For hard feature it may be same but with a PD, but it's more hardest, I think. It's level 1 or 2. And for the finance is the hardest one, hardest code is level 3. And for the affected user, for the PD is about 50 property owner or 50% property owner. For the HR is only 60% of monthly booking who will use this feature, only 30 bookings per month. And for the finance is same 30 bookings per month. And for our estimate time about this feature, for the PD is 5 days, for the HR is 5 days, and for the finance is 2 weeks. Next. So from the comparison, we conclude that PD feature is the highest priority for us because it has the biggest number of user and it's the easiest code to do it. The second is hard feature because it's the second highest number and it's the second easiest for the code level. And last, finance because for the affected user is same with hard, but it's the hardest and take a long time to do it for 2 weeks. Next. And what we'll do or what our study solution for milestone 48. First is make the PRD in confluence of the priorities features, starting from PD feature priority. And why we should use confluence because Confluence is the better software for the PRD, so we can manage it. We can manage and track it better for our PO and our development team. And same with milestone 47, we will conduct daily Scrum meeting. We will take a time about 50 minutes to talk about what already done yesterday, what we will do this day, and what the problem you face for the code. Next. Okay, the action. The action is the for the PRD. I and Valencia will learn about and how to use Confluence for a better PRD documentation. We will take a Scrum meeting to negotiate the deadline and make documentation from the Meet to Trello and make sure the daily updates. Next. And this is a sneak peek or for the Confluence that I have made yesterday for the dummy PRD. Next. And what is our key result for the next 3 days? Our key result is conduct 4 meetings to discuss about the new PRD, to-do list, and the deadlines. Set a new deadline for each to-do list and deadline for milestone 48, and create a PRD and develop the design for the banner. Next. I think that's all from me and Valencia. Hope this presentation useful for the Bukit Vista and hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kevin and Valencia, for the presentation. Is there any comment, maybe from video or from Nadia?
Yo, me first, yeah, Nadia, yeah.
All right.
Very interesting. So the first one from Valencia, yeah. So Valencia, you're taking over like one of the milestones, yeah. It means, yeah, or you're creating a new milestone.
The milestone that already
exists, right?
Ongoing, yeah.
Yep. So you're taking over a new milestone, yeah. Okay. So you know about the friction, and can we see the Valencia's presentation slides first? So your proposition to make things quicker is by creating a new Trello board consisting of each individual features, yeah, sub features, yeah.
Yeah, the task.
The task, yeah.
For each developer.
My question is, what's the difference between that and maybe like a checklist milestone in the original card?
Okay, I will try to answer it, but Kevin can add up, yeah. Okay, so the difference between the Trello that already done in the previous one is we have this many section, for example, like on hold, sprint backlog, in progress, and sprint complete. So from what we said earlier, it's easier for us, especially for the product owner, to see the activities and the updates instead of only using the one cards and all of the updates in one card.
Why is it easier? Because if we do it in checklist form, it's going to be the same, right? But and then it's going to be neater because we don't have to create a new board for every feature.
Yes, so this is more to like the product owner job to make sure like the each of the developer and each task is more visible to the product owner, and we can pick like the priority. So from the checklist, what is missing that me and Kevin talk is missing is we can really see the priority and what the developer will do next, because it's only in the checklist form, right?
I
And
see.
for
Uh,
the next solution, the Scrum meeting, we can also see like what we're going to talk about.
I see. Have you considered like rearranging the checklist to show priority?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So for the prior, so the for priority is we're going to choose it on the meeting next.
I mean like okay.
Um,
How do I explain this? Do you get what I mean, Kamayu? Like from the
the
checklist
priority of
itself, and then the priority can be rearranged in the checklist. What's the difference between that and also creating a new list in a new board?
Maybe I can add
Yep, yep,
something.
yep.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, my voice is. I don't know why my voice sometimes missing.
Okay, okay. Okay, why I and Valencia want to make a new Trello board? Because when we see all our Trello card in milestone 47, we can see the update in comment. It's like what you say, stacking. It's for the PO, it's not the good thing because we cannot track each update for the each to-do list, and with this I think we can know for example to-do list default API. I can know who work it and uh, how far this to-do list has done. I think like that because in the old Trello is like comments and it's stacking. Yeah, I think it's not too good for our PO to track it and maybe with this new Trello board, like Felicia say, we can know what the problem each of to-do list. So we can what you say missign what problem for each to-do list. Not like not like stacking and stacking. It's difficult when you have many to-do lists, right? I think and I and Felicia have have to do like that.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Basically, uh, apa namanya? So Kevin and Valencia is going to use this tool only for PO, yeah, basically, or for you to manage the project, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, interesting. I
oh
think
wait,
I get it. I think
Yeah, I get what they mean. See, actually, just trying to ask. And then for the other one, actually for uh Kevin, yeah, for Kevin, just now you also proposed the usage of Confluence for documentations, right? PRD purposes and so on and so
Yes,
forth.
yes.
What is the major benefits when comparing Confluence to Dropbox, the existing system?
Okay, Confluence is the same company with Trello, so we can connect Confluence with Trello, and it's more easier to manage it. And we don't go to Dropbox and back to Trello because when you see a Trello at the top bottom at left, you can go to Confluence too, and it's connect because it's the same company, and I and Valencia want to learn about it deeper, and yeah, it's our yeah, it's our goals.
You mean the Trello can be integrated directly to Dropbox
Yeah,
Paper, and then you don't have to like move around between the Trello board and also Dropbox Paper, yeah?
yeah. Should yeah, you only change between Trello and Confluence, and it's easier to manage for PO and for the development team, I think it's more easy because it's connected, it's integrated.
Okay lah, interesting, interesting. Okay, that's the questions from Mika,
Okay.
from Nadia maybe.
Nadia.
Oh, okay. Tadi mau nanya apa ya? Before we go back again to Valencia's one, pretty much the same. So what I understand, so the new Trello board is created for the PO prioritization, not for the development. Is it correct?
Yep, more to PO.
So the development will not do anything in that board.
I'm sorry, actually, the development team will update on the new Trello. I'm sorry, yeah. I
Sorry,
think,
continue.
yeah. So for the new Trello board, like, because in the old Trello board, for the milestone 47, if the development team have an update, it's like a comment, right? Comment is in the below. So we can know, we cannot understand too good about what update for each to-do list, because when you have an update for, maybe you can go to-do list page, Valencia. I'm sorry. Yeah, because in this section, or in this new Trello board, when development team, or maybe let's say Canada have done do it UI UX, so you can update on each card for the specific card. So our PO, or our team PO can check it and can track it, and maybe can checklist on the all Trello, or a general Trello for our milestone. So I think the difference is our development team will update in here for the updates, and so for the old Trello is clean, not stacking comments like that, and we can track it better. And maybe if the development team have the problem each on the to-do list, we other development team can give bantuan, like YouTube video for learn or something like that in each card, in each to list. So it's specific.
Okay. So different projects in a milestone will have the same board scattered all together.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Good for yeah, for
Different.
yeah, different. So if we have the 47 milestone, let's say, yeah, of course we have the 47 new Trello for each milestone.
Do you think that's efficient?
I think from the benefit, it's more efficient than we only comment on one Trello and stacking. Yeah, it's my opinion with Valencia. I think it's my point of view.
Okay, interesting. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Chris, you are mentioned here as the developer. What do you think about Kevin and Valencia's proposal?
Okay, for Valencia's project, the benefit that I see as a developer, maybe it's more on the ownership of the product owner themselves, so they can really track. This is product owner perspective dulu ya. So as product owner, I can really see that they can actually have a full view on what developers is doing actually. Like somehow for the developers also can really focus on each task, so have more visibility as well. But mm, I still feel like it's the same. It just we categorize it in different way, which is more cleaner. But yep, I think that's it. See, and maybe I want to point out more about how they manage. So like Scrum and so on and so forth. I think it's more usable. I mean like in terms of in I don't know for gimana bilangnya ya. Um, from my side, it's the plan about like having like more communication with the developers and managing things up is more beneficial rather than the like separating it to be the another Trello board actually. That's for me. I actually just checked GitHub project. So if we instead of creating a new board, can we just use GitHub project because it's the same Kanban, right? Kanban template. But that when I see the GitHub project, we cannot add any comments on that. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I have different view actually. Oh, okay. Nadia, want to say something?
Oh no, you go first, Kak. You go first.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm actually having a different view from the others. I think this is really good. Um, here's why. Because previously, the product owners will have don't have their own dashboard, right? They are basically have probably like a personal notes or task list somewhere, right? The task list not to develop the software, but to manage the project. So, like, what should I do next? For example, should I do a meeting with the developer? Should I ask the person to do like a usability test, for example? We don't have that. We don't have any management practice that's actually shared, the practice that's shared among all of the product owners. So I think this is really good. This is probably not the best platform for this, or probably it's adding more board for that will be created. But what we will get out of this is that we will know how can we prioritize task, and also how can we follow up task, especially this we always know what to do next, right? Because it's on the checklist. But we don't know what to do after that. After that is done, so this could also lead us to the delay of the delivery of the project, because we always think when developing, we always think that the next task is the most difficult one. But if we see, I think the board previously, like the entire list of the backlog, basically we can create a budget for ourselves. If we have 10 checklists and we have 10 days, it's probably better to work on each checklist in one day, right? Rather than delaying things because the next thing is easy and things like that. So I'm actually fully supporting Kevin's and Valencia's initiative to do that. And basically, what we need is that a validation for this method, right? We want to validate if this uh, management system would work better than the current system. So that's my view of this presentation. Mm, okay, the question is, should the developer also update on this new board that you created, or you will use that, or only PO that will use that board to manage the project? That's to
Okay, I'll
Kevin or Valencia.
Okay, I'll try to answer. So, for me, it's more flexible, but most of the time, it's the PO job. For example, we have the daily Scrum meeting, right? So, the notulation, we put it on the Trello by the PO what we got from the Scrum meeting, and the developer also can update the cards by themselves.
Okay, okay. So usually this is the apa ya namanya, the inefficiency, especially if we ask the developer to update the task. Uh, they forget it, or they don't have the culture of checking or writing down the notes, because they have the documentation in the code itself, but they don't have any documentation somewhere else, right? So I think it would be good and it will work if the PO is actually on this dashboard. So basically, you can make a phone call or just a Slack message, for example, with the developer, asking the updates, and then from that update you will create the strategy. How should we manage this so we can deliver it on time and not delayed any longer. So I think that would be a good system to develop for the product owners. Mm, that's my comment for the presentation. Is there any other comment for Kevin and Valencia before we move to Stefan?
Oh, me.
Okay,
Okay.
Nadia.
To Kevin, yeah, was that Kevin? The last one actually regarding the
Yeah.
milestone 48 prioritization date time, the one that has the user effectiveness and also the time. Yep, this one. Okay, so it stated estimate time 5 day, 5 day, 5 days, and 2 week. Are they going to be in parallel? So 5 days, I mean, PD feature and HR feature are like in parallel. So is they are in the same period of time, or are they going to be like 5 day first for PD and then HR and then the finance?
I think it's not parallel. It's like PD first and HR first, like that kind of idea.
Ah, okay. What if you cannot deliver that within 5 days?
I think if we reduce the day, I think it's I cannot make sure that it will what to say, finish in reduce for yeah. I maybe I think 5 days is the for me and Valencia is the what do you say time estimate time that normal estimate time. So we can we not do date the deadline or we not ya what to say, jadi kayak nggak telat dan nggak takut kalau misalnya terlalu dikit waktunya jadi kayak bakal telat dan kalau kelamaan bakal ya nggak itu nggak cukup bagus.
Interesting. Okay. So how are you going to say that to the client? Like, for example, I'm the client for that PD feature, so I expected that to be okay, like 5 days. So what if you cannot deliver that within 5 days? Should I wait, or what should I do as a client?
So I
I
think from the first meeting we should negotiate with the developers. So I think it can be changed if the developers say different timeline based on the human resources too. From
Sorry, what is the PD feature again?
Adding banner App Store.
Oh, as a banner. Estimated time 5 days. Okay. Interesting.
Maybe we should ask how do we get the estimation?
Yeah.
Uh, to Kevin
Valencia.
and Valencia.
How do you get the estimation, maybe?
from me, we should negotiate with the developers from the meeting.
Okay, and who's the developer that you contacted for this? That say that would take 5 days.
actually I and Valencia not already like say 5 days with Calculator or Canada or it's like our perception like I think I and Valencia think like it's 5 days, but it can change when we talk to developers like when we conduct meetings like in the key in key review.
I want to add up. So I think me and Kevin put the wrong inside the PowerPoint. So for the 6-day trials, it's more to the design for the banners. So we make sure that the design for the banners is already developed for the next for this project.
So it shall be longer or shorter then?
For this proposal is more to like the 6 day trials, right?
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I think it should be because this is the day 3 and day 6 is only 3 days for the design. Maybe on the
Have
Figma.
Have you contacted the designer? Sorry.
We haven't because we just proposed our solution first before we start with the projects.
I
Hmm.
see.
I see. I see.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where it's uh, apa namanya mismatch ya, misaligned. So as the product owner, you are actually not a designer and you are not a developer, and that should be actually your strong point, right? So when proposing a solution, it's basically you have someone that will do the design for you, and you have someone will do the development for you, right? So you are a middleman basically, apa namanya sih, makelar, right? You don't have the product, you don't have the skill, you don't have uh, the shop basically, right? But how can you deliver a product with those limitations? So again, I think I said that multiple times. It's communication, right? How you can connect the user needs and the resource that you have. In this case, the developer, for example. You should ask if the developer can do this, can work on this, and how long the developer can work on that, and also the designer as well. You should ask the designer first. Like let's say you're going to ask me something, right? You ask me like. Let's say, can ca- can you help me find a car for rental in Bali? For example, you are coming to Bali, right? And then you ask me, can you give me a car for rental? I can say yes, right? And then what I will do is I will not give you price like I give you price like 500,000 per day, for example. I cannot do that directly. I need to check first with my vendor, right? I'll try to call different vendors, and oh, okay, there's one offering 500,000 per day. There's one offering 200,000 per day, and then when they are available, and then are they available when you are actually arrive. So if I have those information, then I will go back to you, my client, right? Hey, Kevin or Valencia, yes, I can get you the car by those date, and this is the price. Should we do it? Yes, let's do that. Then that happen, right? The development happens now because I can now can log into the provider, and you are just you are assured that this will be delivered, and I'm also assured because I have the client and I have the provider. So this is something that missing from you, because we still you still don't have any data from your provider, right? Okay, that's something that's missing. um can you guys fix that during this trial?
Yeah.
Okay,
We will fix that.
okay, how are you going to fix that?
We will conduct meeting with UI UX and the other developer teams
Okay,
to talk about the deadlines.
okay, and when can we decide which project that will be developed in milestone 48?
I think in the day 6 when we present the final presentation for our trial, it can be solved.
Uh, no,
Or
on basic we will have already the design and the it's ready to be developed, right? So when should we decide which project that we are going to work on?
From the priority tables, we already decide on the PD's one.
Okay, you have already decided, yeah. This is actually that there's no much difference, yeah, because of the nature of the project, and the project is easy basically. But in a real case, in a real project, uh, basically we need to decide it now, today, right? Today we are trying to decide that, and probably after talking with the developers and also the designer, you will get the same result as what you presented here as well. But the problem is you are assuming that you are not having the right data, or not using the real situation by asking the developer and designer. Okay. Can we continue about that? Vidi and Nadia, can you accept that?
Yep. I
Okay.
agree. Yeah, and just a little note for both Kevin and also Valencia. Yeah, don't hesitate to apa inquire your seniors here. Yeah, we don't bite kok. Uh, just now our voice like, see, my voice is like cracking and Nadia is also cracking, but we don't bite. Don't worry. Just feel free to ask. Yeah.
Yeah. Vidi don't bite, but just lick probably. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank
Let's
you.
continue. Okay. Thank you, Kevin and Valencia. Let's continue to Stefan then. Stefan, can you please start your presentation?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to share screen. Okay. Can you guys already see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
So for a good afternoon, everyone. In this occasion, I'm going to present my strategic planning presentation. Okay, so the topics that I'm going to present to you guys today consist of 4 parts, which are observation, solution, contribution, and key results. Let's start with the observation. So some of the insights that I've got from the observation are basically for the review flow, which is started from a confirm review, and then it's going to go onto email and going onto Parser into Gromat database, and it's going to be used on bigger and Redis. And for the Parser platform, it's basically an email database, and it can make a data structure, and also it has several dashboards such as conf Airbnb and Airbnb rate review and cancellation. And for the toolkit platform, it basically the function is to make a message log to be sent onto Trello. And for the Integromat platform, it also has a scenario that we can follow, and it also has several webhooks such as Integromat new booking and cancellation, and also notify on select. And also for the review one, we we as the the HR team will push a reminder that will be pushed on the third, fifth, and the seventh day after the checkout day, and also the booking ID should be paired with review ID. And the problem that I have analyzed and encountered regarding this review issue, so basically it was issued on the Trello card with the member Kasasya from HAR and Chris from BD. And there were actually 17 reviews in June that weren't shown up in on Redas, and also the email that contains the right response button and report unsafe behavior shouldn't have any issue, but actually have. And also the Airbnb has multiple templates, and the initial root cause that we have predicted before was that the review ID format was changed into an incremental integer format. And the solution that I'm going to propose, there are actually some. For the Toolkit platform, we could use Toolkit alongside the email coming from the Airbnb, and in order to prevent the duplication, there might be some change on the code. So we could integrate the code to input to check whether the input whether the data that we are going to input have already saved into our database or not. And the second solution is by conducting the initial checking. So before pushing the data onto parser, we could also check, also again by code, whether the template fields are already complete, which means that it has the booking ID and review ID. Okay, so the third solution is probably by adding another parameter. So we could add another parameter other than review ID when visualizing data on Redas. For example, we could use the guest name to retrieve the rating and visualize it on Redas. Another solution is by filling in the review attribute. So basically when making a booking object, we could set the review attribute with null value by default, and then fill it in later when the guest wants to create a review. So we could retrieve the rating data to be visualized on Redas based on its booking ID only. And also this is actually a non-technical, the only non-technical solution that I could give is by arranging an agreement with Airbnb regarding the choice of data template, which, as what I have just said before, there were actually multiple templates. And so we could arrange an agreement regarding the choice of data template that they are going to use and make it permanent. And the last one is by actually making a Trello card to record the progress in handling the review issue. And for the contribution that I can give as actions are basically for the Trello, read thoroughly the Trello card to gain initial understanding and also understand the technology being used throughout the data flow, and also conduct cross-checking with HAR and developer regarding the compatibility of the solution and deadline negotiation, and also making a Trello card that completely explains what could be done to solve the problem. For the key result, there are actually three. For the first one, I must have conducted 4 meetings to discuss about the problem and the right solution by Monday, July 26, 2021. And for the input, I might say that 50% of the 17 issued reviews got successfully input on Redas. And the last one is I must create one Trello card to describe more about the handling of the issue by Monday, July 26, 2021. Okay, that's it for my presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
Anyone want to comment or ask question?
Chris first lah, Chris first.
Okay.
You have no question yet, Chris? I can ask.
Yes, you first, Teko. Aku masih agak confused.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so you will try to solve the review not detected issue, yeah, Stefan, yeah?
Yes.
And so you will try to create the non-technical part. If we want to create like if we can decide on a particular template directly from Airbnb, I think the issue for us, like on the technical side, will already be solved because it will work with our current system, no? Or
basically, there were 2 main problems that I will suggest. The first one is basically our own program or code that might not function well, or the second one is basically from the template from the Airbnb itself.
So which approach would you try first? Because if it can do an arrangement and agreement with Airbnb, it will solve the problem immediately, right?
Yes, but I might say that it could take a longer time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because the agreement takes some things to arrange first before the actual agreement.
I see. Yeah, and okay, so let's focus on the technical part then.
Yeah.
Okay, in the technical part, when you're trying to connect the reviews to the particular booking and there is no review ID or maybe booking ID, you will try to connect it by name, yeah, the name.
Yes, that's one of my solutions, adding another parameter.
I see. The thing is, I think a name is not unique, no?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That could come into my consideration too.
Yep. That's the issue with setting with name
Yeah.
because, for example, like third name like either John.
Yeah.
You have a lot
So,
of Johns maybe
yeah.
in the booking,
Yeah,
right?
because basically I only got several attributes or attributes of the booking object that I could that I have got. So basically, I don't actually know about the other attributes that might be the
Usable,
this
eh?
matter.
I see. Okay.
It
Yeah.
could work though. Let's say there are how many John that checked in
Mm,
one day. That could probably work if we match the parameter between first name and also check-in date.
Yep. That's
mm.
actually one of the solutions that's already been implemented in the check-in date,
Oh,
the checkout date, also the name. Because previously, like some of the conversation during the transition between conversation ID and thread ID, some of it are not found, right? And that's what the solution. But then the thing is, in the template, there is no check-in and checkout date as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the major issue
Right.
as well. Yeah, there's no check-in and checkout date. We only know that okay, we assume that the review always comes after the checkout. So all the name from John that haven't checked in, that's out of the equation. But yeah, there are of intricacies in that one. But then, you said that you want to try to connect it to Tokit, is it? As well?
yes. Regarding the booking that could have been implemented.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the booking only, yeah, not the review, yeah.
No. I might also suggest using Toket for the review too.
Oh yeah, Tokit has
Yeah.
the also detects the number of review.
Basically, from what I have got from the meeting with Chris yesterday, it basically has the same, the data flow. So basically, one data move into another data and another data into move another platform.
Uh-huh.
So I indicate that the same usage of Tokit also goes to the review. So that's why I
I
also
see.
indicate. Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
true, Chris?
No, no, no.
I didn't know that the review.
Aku rasa I
Okay.
said the wrong thing. I think. Seven actually for the itu Tokit is not in the way. So from what is it again? Yeah. For review is from email, right? Email to
Yes,
parser
email to
to
parser.
integromat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know though if like if it's available in Tokit, then that solves a lot of problem. But
Yep.
I don't know in the log is it available? I haven't checked before. But yeah, we can check that. But supposedly if it's there, maybe we already implemented. But I'm not sure. But yeah. Okay, interesting. You'll be so your the development that I can see that is the most feasible is the cross-checking booking confirm from Tokit, yeah, as opposed to email.
Oh, the first solution then.
Yeah,
This
that
one.
one, yeah.
Oh.
So previously I thought Kabayu is going to do that. So this one is taken by Stefan, yeah, Kak?
Yes, Stefan is actually helping me to manage that
Okay,
because we're still not sure if Tokit actually send
provide the
more
complete email.
complete data
Yeah,
compared
more
to
complete data.
ADD.
Yep. But I think it's a good idea to like double check from both Tokit and also email. Although sometimes it might be redundant, but if there are data that actually we can use in the email, we can add it like as on top of the Tokit data, right?
Mm.
As a data completion method.
Mhm.
Okay. In general, that's the one that I have most visibility on. The rest, I think we might need to double check regarding the infrastructure. See,
Mm.
yeah, that's from me. Kak. Thank
Okay,
you.
Abidi.
Okay, any other question? Nadia, do you have any question?
None from me. See.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Stefan, this is okay because the limited time for during the trial. Please try to create your actionable checklist and what you can do from that and what do you require actually. Do you need a developer or do you need someone to help you to apa namanya execute this solution or whether you still need data to be observed. One thing that I'm working on right now, especially for the missing booking, is we want to see if that problem's still happening, and then we send that the feed of data uh, to make sure that it's actually missing or not. And in the last few days, there's no booking data that's actually not imported. So
Mm.
please keep the open possibility that the problem with Airbnb probably also fixed already. But yeah, we definitely need a second like fail-safe way. In fact, that's one of the main apa namanya role for QA. It's not just fixing problem. Right now, it just happened that we have this problem and we know, right? But in the future, your project would be actually testing for something that's actually not a problem, not a problem. You make sure that you find all of the problem before user find the problem. Vidi?
Oh yeah, just now I was just trying to reconfirm regarding Stefan role. From like the presentation itself, I thought it's like something along like backend developer or developer, but apparently QA. Yeah, I would like to try to find the correlation. And yeah, like what Kabo you mentioned is correct. QA mostly deals with like a validation, right? Validating whether the data is actually entered or not by any means, and this could be one of the definition. But you code, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I could.
Okay, you're not sure. What language that you are familiar with?
Basically, I'm familiar with Python and Java.
Okay,
For
Java or JavaScript?
Java, yeah.
only Java. But for the what is it? I'm also familiar with like what is it? Django and
Oh yeah, Python framework lah ya, Django and Flask.
framework and the React JS and some
Okay,
Okay,
that's a
interesting.
good thing that you understand the code. So it's not all just assumption when you find something. Yeah.
I might still need some time to understand the how the code
Yeah,
works.
not really, but fundamental okay lah.
It's okay.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's it then about the QA role. And I'm going to say something, but I forget, just like usual, right? Is there any other question from other people? Maybe from Kevin or Valencia or Chris, Nadia? Any question from your side? No? All good?
All good from me, thank you.
Okay, then let's execute. Then we will just need to have the real data for Kevin and Valencia about the development time and also design time for the project that we are going to deliver in milestone 48. And Stefan's plan also. We need to complete with the observation part, right? So remember your problem about the booking and review is not entirely broken. It's just sometimes broken, sometimes not, sometimes normal. Most of the time, it's actually normal. So what we need to find is why that happened. What is the criteria that caused that problem? Okay, let's execute then. Okay, Kevin and Valencia, can you just ping us on the product development Slack channel when you have apa namanya confirm the development and design time, yeah.
Okay, Kak.
Okay, that's it then, everyone. Thank you for the presentation, and thank you, Chris, Vidi, and Nadia for joining this session as well. See you and have a good day.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.